So this is BB, and I've got a camera set up. The problem with the camera is that it's I have to figure out how does to work the motion sensor, and if it how the recording goes. Uh, this my nose is burning again, and the smell of vinegar is in the air. She makes a hint at something that no one will save her. Nobody's helping me. It's almost like she wants to convince herself that nobody's going to help me, nobody's going to believe me, and she has a free path to do what she wants, or she wants me to see. Well, nobody's helping me. I've seen that for 2 years, but she doesn't work, of course, on the obvious. She works on what is her mind is telling her, which is the most. It's imagine a wall that's not there. That's the mind, reality, the wall of reality that's not there. That's what she works with. I don't know if I explained that correctly. The wall isn't there, but that's her reality. That's her realness. That's her logic. That's what makes sense. And some of the key phrases that she uses with me is that she didn't do anything to you. I don't know who she is, if she's referring to herself or me or somebody else. But, I don't know. She didn't do anything to you. They'll come and take her out. Something else she says all the time. It's not. It's not. And pause. It's not and pause. That's like at least 50 times a day. It's not and pause. Or let's not and pause. This is the end. I mean, that could be a Bond song she's referring to. You know that the song that was sung by Adele. This is the end. That could be she. Maybe she's a fan of the song and she likes the particular verse. Right now, how is this different? What they're doing to us? If those of you who are being sprayed or microwaved or whatever, or electrocuted in your own home, I think it's a simple finagling of the box. Also, I'm not an electrician by any means, but I think a simple finagling of the electricals in your house can, like, is it a reverse polarity? What is it doing? That cannot be good for us. Plus, they may have different things that they're putting that's amplifying the electricity. That's amplifying the electricity. There's got to be somebody with domestic installation, the knowledge of domestic installation, that who knows how this works. Domestic installation, and it's not just me, for whoever is experiencing it. And there's a guy on YouTube, has a radio channel or a chat channel or whatever. I mean, he's, being a bit, well, he thinks he's a pain in my ass. It's okay. Let him do let him do what he got to do. He's who just likes to go around, I guess he feels like people, well, everybody else should drop off the internet and leave him by himself. But then who will watch him? Who will applaud him? Who will give him the recognition that he's obviously needs? If everybody drops off the internet and leave him as being the only intellectual person out there, as the only one, period, on the internet, who's going to admire his handiwork? Who's going to tell him how good he is, or, thanking him for exposing charlatans and scammers and these supposed TIs, whatever TIs mean, and, he's doing good work. He's doing real good work. I guess he's got a few dollars that he wants to throw around, that he feels like he can throw around. Or he knows enough people that he can damage people. See, this is what I don't understand. I'm saying that I'm targeted. Well, I'm being targeted by someone, and I know that for a fact. But he doesn't know jack shit about my situation except what I put out here, which is only a third of what's happening, the actual aftermath. He doesn't know the real story. He thinks he does, he doesn't know it. It's not his business anyway. The reason I started making these videos is to see if people out there have any suggestions on how to handle the effects of it, because there are lots of people who are going through these things for different reasons, similar to what I'm going through, if not exactly the same thing. So what is happening out there? It's a crime. These are crimes. And there's something I will make a video. You probably won't hear an audio for it, because I find that when it records my screen, there's no audio. But you should see it. I just saw it like 2 days ago or yesterday. I was typing in what kind of help is out there for individuals who are being targeted, and that link came up in my search page. But anyway, those are the phrases. Now I know it's not a psychic person. This is technology they're using. This is technology they're using. Now there's some people out there, you can show them in their face, this is what's happening, and they will look at you like it's a blank wall. They can't see it because their paradigm, they have made up their minds not to see it. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to believe it. They need to resist it. They need to fight it. They need to make a mockery out of people that is being affected by this thing, right? There's various things out there. There's a cat and the doctor said that she is opening a Pandora's box, and that's only one. I'm sure there's many, many more that I have not seen yet. She said with that technology, she knows that she's opening a Pandora's box. Because I'm sure they have thought of the implications of people using it to mess with other people. I'm sure they have. Now, if a person like him sees that, first he'll say, well, that's just one thing. Well, that's all I got. But it is a thing. If somebody shot me with a gun and I never heard of a gun anywhere, and I saw an article that it's possible for somebody to make a gun, hey, it's possible, isn't it? It's possible that this metal thing came in through the window and lodged itself in some body part. It's not bird shit. It's there. It's got to be one of these things that I'm seeing to talk about. It's just as bizarre as that. There's an article that this weapon can be made. It's possible for it to be made. Hey, if it's possible, then somebody will find a way to do it. And if it's good or bad, because they're good people with good intentions or neutral intentions. They don't want to go out and fight crime or pull people from burning buildings or rescue people or do anything to exert themselves. But at the very least, they're not going to hurt these people either. They're not going to go out and hurt them. They're not going to do that. And then there's people who intentionally just wants to hurt people. Some for their money. And there's some who actually like to hurt the person's body to see the effects of the pain, the effects of the suffering, the effects of the torment. I don't know if they will fall into a serial killer category or what their particular proclivity is. I don't know. A shrink with, or a psychiatrist or a psychologist or even a scientist would be able to diagnose what their bag is. I don't know. The problem is when it comes to this situation, I really don't know what else to do. It's been 2 years. I have a friend advertise on another platform from her own account, not mine. I made up some things, some pictures, and I sent it. That doesn't link to me personally or link to my website or anything. Nothing. What I'm getting is a lot of calls. Like calls are coming in, and when I dial the number, it's saying, it's like that sound. This number is not in service. No, I don't know if it's the clients calling me and I can't get through to them, because that happened to me yesterday. I tried to call a number, they said it wasn't in service, and I tried again and I got through. They said I got the same thing, the number wasn't in service. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I called my my internet provider company, and I think I set a callback, and because of the wait was long, and I set a callback, and when they called me back, let me read it to you. This was my actual internet provider. Vape Nation Lufkin. True story. Vape Nation. Look, I'm not lying. You can't see it like that, of course, but Vape Nation Lufkin. Now, when I see that, I'll probably think this phone will think it's spam and spam it out. They have various ways that they do to fuck with people, where they know if people are watching them now, or people are becoming aware, especially authority, who can really hurt them. They will try to do it in a way where it's a hacking. They can't deny that, but they'll look at it like it's more of a prank. It's more low key. These people have control of my phones. I told you last year someone answered, and the woman knew it wasn't me because she spoke to me before. She said, "Oh, this other lady said." She said she was puzzled or maybe concerned about it too, because she didn't know what was happening. The woman, and she's Hispanic. The woman she spoke with says she's not here right now. She'll call you back. That must have been a mistake when they answered the phone, so they had to say something. They had to say something. But hey, it's what it is. Now, like I said, there's this guy on YouTube that well, he's not targeting me. He's not really doing anything. He's on his own channel, and he's free to do whatever he wants. So he has an opinion. Let him voice it. And I think he should be more loud about it. I don't think he's loud enough. I think he should really spend some money, if he has to, paid endorsing, and really put it out there how bad I am. And he doesn't know me. I think he's just like falling. Really, he's just under the radar. He needs to get billboards. He needs to go big. He needs to get TV advertising. If there's a game, have time. Just put it out there. People need to know. These TIs. These fucking TIs. They're taking over his world. They're consuming his mind. I mean, the man has nightmares about it. These fucking TIs. We don't want anything from him, of course. We don't know him. We don't really want to know him. But somehow we have invaded his mind, his space, because we don't fall into his category of how he thinks we should be. And he's trying to help us. And we don't want the help. He is trying to help us. He wants to save us. He's a savior of men. Maybe he follows the Christ's teachings, which is good for him. The Christ wasn't a bully though, and he didn't used to call people names. But I guess as evolved as time is, they may have become evolved too. If he has any religious affinities, his God might be. Well, he's not the one that I worship. The Creator is not gonna. It doesn't discriminate like that. If it did, people let's not get into that. But whatever. when it comes to this is what's happening. And I was telling, my the person who's talking to me, that what's the I drew a blank there. I came to this country because this country offers freedom for me. Now, to a man like that, who he may hate immigrants, and he will probably attack that. This country. I don't love this country. He knows that. He is very well aware of if I love the country or not. He seems to know a lot about me, which is this much, which is absolutely nothing. He knows this. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know anything about me. But this is enough for him to make an informed decision that I am a blight on his society. But he's not controlling or anything. He's just a peace-loving man who wants to help. If any of you need help, go look him up. Undoubtedly, he may make a comment under the video. Please go and ask him for help. He is a very, very helpful man. Very helpful, very helpful. He's got all the answers. He knows everything that there is to know about everything. He's well informed. He's got contacts. He's got everything. Just go and talk to him. He will help you. And he may call you some names, but hey, you got to have a thick hide. He's just trying to help. It's tough love. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. It's tough love. It's tough love. It's tough love. So you gotta have a tough hide if you want love from this guy. And he will show you that you're not being hacked. He will prove to you that when somebody goes into your bank account and take out money without your permission, it's not hack, it's aliens. It could be Bigfoot. It could be Yeti. It's everything and anything except some knucklehead hacking and stealing your money. It cannot possibly be the simplest explanation. That's too easy. That will not suffice. It will not. It just won't. How can it? It's too simple. It's too simple. Do you see what I'm saying? It's too simple. But anyway, I was telling the people who are doing this to me is like they're taking away my ability to work. They live in one of the greatest nations right now. They live in one of the greatest nations right now. And this is what they do to people. They take away their ability to work. Well, it's like they stole. They have whatever they need. This is about money in the end. Because they're the kind of mentality that thinks money equals power. They don't build relationships. They don't build friendships. They don't build empires. They steal empires. They don't know what it is, what it does, how to create it, how to sustain it. They don't know these things. They will kill you and take your stuff. This is their philosophy in life. You build it, they take it. You create it, they take it. You build it from scratch, you sustain it, you watch it grow, they take it. They're of the bullying mentality. If they were living somewhere in maybe Africa, India, or even Mexico, and right here, where they had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go start picking vegetables, bend over 24 hours a day. Well, not 24 hours a day. Maybe they do take it in shifts in the fields back in California. Now, the woman who does this to me, I know she's Hispanic. I've seen Hispanic, and these people work hard. They work hard. They do the physical labor in California and in Mexico. You got this few chuckleheads who come and do this to people. And I'm telling you right now, when you see this erupts, it's not going to go well for them. They're going to make make people want to target those people, and it'll be their fault. The same goes for any race, whether you're Asian, whether you're African, whether you're Guyanese, whether you're Trinidadian, whether you're Brazilian, whether you're Australian. It doesn't matter. This crap here is being done on a massive scale to a lot of people. And a lot of countries, a lot of people are going to get targeted because of it. But these already have a plan. They're 50 steps ahead. You see, they're the kind of people, like, imagine me here, right? They'll come over here. Hey, hey, hey. Now watch me. What the fuck? They come around here now. They've been victimized. They just got victimized. Did you catch that? Let me do it again. I'm sitting here. Hey, hey, hey. What the fuck? You know, I react that way. They're over here now. They're victimized. They're the victims. They've been scarred for life over here. Nobody sees when they're doing that. They come over here. I used to text this woman. I used to text her a lot. Nobody ever died from text messages. All she had to simply say, my boyfriend was not abusing me. Please stop texting me. She could have told the landlord. He would have said, please stop texting them. Eventually, I would have moved out because I would have been embarrassed. But God knows I would have stopped texting her immediately. But that would not have been conducive to their plan. I mean, we live like 5 to 10 steps away, 5 to 7 to 10 steps away from each other. If the text message was bothering her that much, why did she give me a Christmas gift? I didn't give her anything. Why did she do that? She should have said something. She should have said something. But anyway, I just wanted to post this out there, and I know that, you know, if they had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go and do work in the field, or if they were living in Africa walking with 2 bottles tied to their feet because they don't have any shoe, or barefoot, with a basket on their head of vegetables or fishes or whatever selling in the villages, they would know what it is to have a hard life. They don't know what it is to have a hard life. As apart from death and diseases and natural disasters, of course. Because the good news is God doesn't play favorites. When it rains on everyone's rooftop. Death comes to everybody's door, rich, poor, or in between, nice or ugly. Sickness, it doesn't matter. He's impartial when it comes to that. But people don't care. All they care about is themselves. And yes, I'm guilty of that too. But I've learned a few things recently that's wanting me to do better. And I hope that this effect, this whatever this is, when it passes, you will be better than you were before. So in a way, it's like grateful. It's like the more stones they throw at us, is the brighter that diamond will be at the end of all that rubbing against that stone, or stones that they're throwing. So keep your sparkle and keep your shine.